and welcome to Limited Content. Thank you for clicking in and joining us on our adventure of Dungeons and Dragons. Beautiful face, beautiful, love it. We are currently doing the dragon heist of Waterdeep, and we are very excited to get straight into it. Absolutely loving the campaign so far. Before we jump in, is there any announcements anyone has? No, we are good in the hood. So, before we start, as always, a beautiful shout out to our sponsor of Taylor Made Craft, who make our beautiful and fantastic initiative markers. Jazz hands, if you please.
Jazz hands.
Yes. For more info on any of their geeky goodies, they make all sorts of things. Cards, initiative markers, I think that's about it. But to check out their items, check out their Instagram or their Facebook page, Taylor Made Craft. So,
Who's ready to die?
Tonight's adventure. You spent a day enjoying the city of Waterdeep. Previously, you found yourselves a large warehouse where you heard rumours that some men had followed Falun and his friend Renda from out of the Skewer Dragon, that being the last known sighting of the two. You were told that out of the 5 men that follow him, they tend to hang around this area of the dock wards. You spent a small portion of your previous evening almost staking out the warehouse, not seeing any activity, but noticing a small black-winged snake stained into the door of the warehouse. Seeing no activity, not seeing a obvious, easy way in, you decided to retreat for the evening. You spent a nice evening in the yawning portal, had a nice early night for once, arising sharp and ready to take on the day, spending a little bit of time familiarising yourself with the city. In the late evening, or early evening, you decided to make your way back into the warehouse. Scoping out the building once more, you decided to enter through the back. Laura choosing to scale the fence and then realising there was a gate. So you both made your way through the dockyard into the gates, or to the massive sliding door. After a few fails, Green was the saviour of the party, enabling you to open the door, allowing you all access to the giant warehouse. You all stepped in and slid the door behind you closed. Upon entering, you discovered that there had been a mass killing, a murder had happened in this building. Pools of blood everywhere. A lot of men scattered around the floor, some of them draped over boxes and crates, slashed of blood running up the walls. The very irony, metallic smell to the room. You all step forwards more into the room. You're now closer to, not the centre, but you're now more in the room, and you can see more of the room. Looking over to the left, you can see the entrance of the front gate, and also the painted black window just next to it. What are we doing?
Can we inspect the bodies? Is there anyone with red hair?
You go to step forwards to the bodies, more
trying to avoid the blood.
Yeah, more central to the room. Are you all sort of like just following in one? And you kind of try to step over the pools of blood, which is quite hard to do as there is a lot of bloodshed here. The smell is getting stronger. There isn't like a rotted body smell. Even just looking, you can see that the blood is really still quite fresh.
So
it's still quite. It's not got a film over it yet. It's still dripping. So it's still very wet.
Recent.
So you stepping over the pools. And as you do, making your way to the centre of the room, you hear a scuffling behind you. And as you all turn to look, can you please roll initiative?
Oh no! Okay, this is mine. Fuck. Okay, and then this is Lucy's.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what old people sing.
I will try not to kill you, Lucy.
I bet she'll really
Don't lie.
appreciate that.
You can be my human shield.
We all know your plan. You want to kill her and then take all the money.
Viala.
16.
16, not bad. Laura.
6.
6. Hey, I like being at the back of initiative.
Especially with my skills.
Green.
8.
8. And Barakus.
10.
10.
Jesus.
I know,
First
right?
time using up the bloody top.
Actually, it's the second time.
Not looking too bad today, guys. Not looking too bad. Little photography getting in the mix here. Photography.
yeah.
So, as you hear this almost scuffling, creaking sound, and you turn around and you see behind you, hidden amongst the boxes, are 4 short avian creatures with long beaks, black feathers, looking all at you. They look, you see little glistens in their black feathers that look to be blood. Each wears a hooded cloaks, and you can see a couple of them with short swords with a daring look on their faces. One of them gets a surprise attack on you. So, let's see who he's going to go for. He's going to go for you, Laura.
Oh, me, not me.
So,
I was
Okay.
just about to say it was going to be
Very
me.
unfortunate, but
I thought it was going to be
I
me.
feel as though you can handle this.
Wait
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, isn't it? Oh, I think you won't have too much to worry about. Takes a shot out of you with his bow, and that's for a 12 to hit.
Oh, it just misses.
Just misses. Pudding! Just misses. Right, let's get a battle map out. Surprise round done.
Did he say pudding?
So, cheeky little map here. So, there's just boxes and stuff all laid about. This is the door that you came through. This is the door on the other side. And there's some stairs up here. And there's just random scattered boxes and stuff. And the ones that were hiding behind here. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So if you'd like to please place yourselves in more of the central part of the room, where you were investigating the dead bodies.
What way did we come in?
You came in through this
door.
one here.
So it'd be around, like...
It'd be
Yeah,
around
so
the central
anywhere in this main arch bit, I'm
Cool,
happy
so
for
I
you
think-
all to be.
I think I'd have been.
bit. Yeah, because we were all like.
We grouped
Yeah,
where we were all
group.
looking.
Right.
Yeah, you did all group up. So we're going to go at top of the round. So Viella, that is you on the top of the round.
Mm. Where are they? Are they in that bit there or?
Yep. So, oh no, wrong one. Let me see, 3 of them there.
Okay, she is going to.
Look like hell.
Oh, first she's going to pull up a shield,
Mhm.
and that's an action, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So that's her action, and then she's going to move here.
Yep.
With her shield and well, sort of kind of like,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
and she's going to like stance like, come on then.
Come on, I dare you. Yep. So she's got a shield out, sword in one hand.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is her up. So enemy number 1's turn. So he's just gonna clock her straight away, and he's just gonna go straight into combat. He's got his short sword in his hand, and he's just gonna go straight up for her. It's quite creepy seeing these bird-like creatures move like
Nothing.
men were wielding weapons and attacking in a knowing manner. So that is 16 to hit.
Armor class 16.
Armor class 6. Is that including her shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
shield.
So just manages, as she goes to block, he sees an entrance and sticks it right to her, which sounds a bit dodgy when I say it out loud. And that is for 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah. That is enemy at number 1's turn. He kind of backs off a little bit. And then another one comes straight in at you. Number 3. Oh, let me get my things. enemy number 3 is just gonna look over at you. No, at you, Green. He's just gonna get his bow out, ping, straight away. And that is 21 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. So that bad boy gets 6 points of piercing damage on you.
6, yeah.
6, yes. And enemy number 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these are really, really tight rolls. Enemy number 2.
Don't think
He's
we
gonna-
expected that.
Jump down. And he's gonna come over and he's gonna help his friend here. So you go 5, 10, 15, 20. So they're kind of ganging up a little bit on
Wow.
Viella. And he's gonna get his sword out. Go for the stab again. That's a natural 17.
Yeah.
Which hits. So that is 7 points of slashing damage.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Enemy number 4. Hidden behind the boxes. With,
I love how they're all
advantage.
together.
I know, when you guys rolled, I was just like, can someone break this up, please? So that is a 23 to hit you, Alora.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep. And that is 8 points of piercing damage. You feel this sharp pain in your back and you turn around and you see another one of these bird-like creatures creeping in from behind one of the boxes. Barakus, you can finally have a go.
I was gonna say, where'd mine go? But I'm a bum. So I can see enemy number 3 over the box. Wow.
Yep, you can see all of them except 4.
4. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know when number 4 is.
Yeah, although you have just had Alora go, ah!
Yeah.
Oh my god! No, I'm good. I'm going to. I'm going to attack enemy number 2 with my short bow.
Yep, and that's fine. So you see it, my bastard.
Right in the jugular.
Right in the
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Natural 1.
Oh, beautiful. Somehow you go. Please roll for damage.
Size down. 7.
7. So you go to take your shot, and as you let go, you hear like ah, and you let go, going like that, and you move slightly, and you hit Viella for that 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh my-
Nice.
Sorry.
How much she got left now?
9.
Already? Fuck.
Jesus.
She got hit a good few times, y'all. Anything else you wish to do, Barakus? So your bonus action and movement. You have seen Alora get hit, but you don't.
Don't know where.
You know the rough area it's come from, but you haven't seen anything.
No, I'm good, Ryan.
Yep. So, Green.
Okay, I'm gonna 10 move there, bonus action rage, and I'll
Yeah.
go reckless
You're
with
going
a
to go
swing.
reckless, yeah. So you're going at number 2.
Number 2, yeah. That's 22.
22 definitely hits. Please roll for le damage.
12 points.
12 points. Did you have anything else to add to that?
12.
If not, I'd just take 12 points. Cool.
Couple days to get that up quickly.
16.
16 points of
I forgot
damage.
the
So you're like, you bastard. You come down, because you're using your
great axe.
great axe. You come down, bend your knees, slam into them. You take a massive chunk of its flesh, splashes everywhere. Poor Viella also gets a big splash of this blood on her. Poor thing, she's not at it very well. But it makes a horrible cry, and and it staggers, and you can see just for that one strike, you've done a lot of damage to it. Anything else you wish to do?
That's it, because
Yeah.
I'm already bonus action raged.
Mhm. So, Laura.
Okay, I am.
Gonna get a walking stick.
A little bit.
I'm
Mage
gonna
arms.
as I got shot, I'm gonna spin around, draw my longbow, and twang. Send one at number 4.
Just gonna twang her in.
I'm gonna twang it.
She's gonna twang him.
With disadvantage, please, as it's got.
Cover.
It's hidden, so you know it's there. So you kind of.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Done better than I did.
19.
19 hits.
D8. 10.
10 points. Yeah. Is that fire damage?
No, it's just my.
Oh, it's your
my
bow. Sorry,
my
well, for some
longbow.
reason I had your spell in my head. It's number 4.
Unless you really
And
wanted
then
to.
I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points.
Yep.
And cast mage armor on myself.
Mage armor is on. Anything else you wish to do on your turn?
Is there anything? Oh no, that's still in the thingy kind of.
So you're pretty much like span around there. wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
I turned and.
Yeah. As you like turn and you train your bow, you wait a few seconds. You're like, I know you're there, you piece of shit. And you can see it comes up just to look, and you let go of the bolt and you catch it just by its eye, and you feel it ripple past it. This horrible of pain comes from behind the boxes.
And yeah, no, I won't move anything. I'll stay there.
Yep. So we're on the top of the round. Viola.
Will she get advantage? She's in within 5 feet.
She's
of
in
me.
within 5 feet of you, yeah.
So don't forget.
So she
rolling
is-
with advantage.
Going to take a swing at number 2.
Yep. That's with her greatsword, isn't it?
Her longsword, yeah.
Longsword, sorry.
Don't forget
16.
advantage.
Yeah, she has advantage
Oh.
because she's within 5 feet of green.
Yeah, 16.
16. 16 does hit, that's fine.
Cool.
So please roll for the
So-
damage.
D8 as well. 7.
7 points of damage,
Yeah,
yeah.
7 points of damage.
And that was the number.
Two.
How does she want to do this?
Oh, she just straight through the chest.
Yep.
And just so it.
Shit,
Thingies
rotten.
in
Yep,
Okay.
so she hits right through it. She just got one hand, shing, and she just cuts through its chest, down into its stomach, and it just rips open all its guts, and it just collapses to the ground, twitching slightly.
So pretty
Enemy
much
number 2.
where I made the mark.
Yeah,
She...
where you've made your indentation, she's kind of gone a little bit further into it, just ripped the whole thing open.
And then she's going to bonus action second wind.
Yeah,
And then that adds a d10, isn't it?
D10 plus her fighter level.
10
So that's
plus 13.
13 points of healing she has now gained.
Yeah.
And that is one of her bonus actions. Done. Anything else she wishes to do? She's considered engaged with this one, so if she were to move, it would be a attack of opportunity. 'Cause
No,
it's-
I think she'd stay there and kind of focus on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. So enemy number 1 is gonna step in, clocks you. It's like, and it's just gonna go straight in for you with its little short
that's
sword
cool.
with advantage.
Yeah.
So that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And 7 points of slashing damage.
Half.
Halved. That's 3 points of slashing damage.
Shrink.
Swing. And that is enemy number 1's turn. Enemy number 3. Seeing that one engaging in you, that one's gonna take another pop shot at you as well.
Yeah.
So that is 17 to hit.
Yarp.
Yarp. That's not so good. So that's 4 points of piercing
2.
damage, so 2 points halved.
Still hardly anything.
Enemy number 4, it's just gonna bing, it's gonna pop out and it's gonna take another shot at you. Natural 20, unfortunately. So that is 2d6.
Ooh.
So that is 10 points of piercing damage.
Is that me?
At
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Oh, I had 8 before, didn't I?
yeah.
And how much was that? 10.
10 points of piercing.
Oh,
Oh, you're almost. Ooh.
I got 2 points left.
These creatures are CR quarter. So these are the same challenge rating as
As a
null.
no.
No one.
And
Oh,
you
I
know
know.
how many problems we have with no.
Yeah.
Who
But
was
when,
that?
you
That was,
when I gave you a challenge rating 3 months, you were like, bitches down.
which was the one that hit me? Number 4.
Number
Number
4.
4 again.
Sorry. It had
Yeah.
Nat. You know?
Yeah.
So,
what
that's
happens.
enemy number 4. Gets a little laugh. Barakus. You hear this coming from the back, you're like, what the fuck? And as you look around and see him, you see Alora like, she hurting. Like an old man.
But I don't see enemy number 4, do I?
No. Yeah, you can do an action to actively look for it if you wish.
But then
You know the area that it's
You
in.
lose your action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know there's someone there, I imagine, by now, but...
I mean, you do have
Well, yeah, exactly.
2 targets in front of you. Number 3 is partially covered, but you can still try to hit it. And number 1 is there, in your line of sight.
Line of death.
So enemy number 3 is behind boxes.
Oh yeah, so it's stood on top of boxes, and
Oh,
there's
it's
a box
stood
in
on top.
between you, so it gets that bit of partial cover,
Yeah.
unless you choose to climb up on something to gain that full advantage on it. But you do have number 1 cleaning your sights.
Okay, here's a genuine question.
Go for it.
So, for me to climb onto the box,
Yep.
and then try and jump to attack enemy number 3
hmm
with my daggers, is that possible?
So you would have to,
He'd have to put his bow back, wouldn't he? So
Yeah, but that's my short bow. It's not an issue.
and you could just drop it, so it won't take
Yeah,
an action.
Exactly.
So so it's more of a feat sort of thing, like
Yeah.
not as in distance feat. So if you would climb up onto there, that would be 10 feet of
No,
movement.
I was on about this one here.
Or climb onto that one, so that'd be 5, 10, 15, and you want to jump over
To attack it, yeah.
to attack it. So you would be able to do it. You know you could get there.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to go and
Assassin's Creed
like
shit.
flying daggers
Yeah.
kind of thing.
yeah, type of thing. I had that sort of idea.
So you know you can get there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna run up. So please make an athletics check, and this is what you're doing. Just to double make sure, you're gonna run up. It's only like a couple of feet high.
Yeah.
You're gonna step up, use your momentum to jump. Daggers in hand. So obviously, as you're running, you kind of cast aside your short bow. Whip out. Do you have 1 dagger or 2 dagger?
2,
You
because
have
I
2.
picked up 1.
You did, yeah.
So athletics, yeah.
Yes, I'll give you advantage. It's really cool what you're doing. So
So that
Why
was
not?
18.
18, yeah. So you managed to get up. You managed to run up, and you're in mid-air. Please roll with advantage for your attack as well, because you're doing something really cool.
Oh, you needed
Wow.
that
You got advantage.
Wow, that one was a bad luck one.
oh,
Oh, that's not even better. 11.
So 11, you get up. You're running up. You get your foot onto it. You're like, this feels really fucking good. Make a dex saving throw, please.
Dex, yeah.
Yes, please.
And that's saving throw. 15.
On the nose for a save, thankfully. So as you step up on there, you kind of forget the environment you're in, and you step in a fresh, wet pool of blood, and you slip off of here. You stumble, but you do manage to land on your feet.
Yeah.
You just managed to save yourself. That is your act.
That was so
So-
worth it.
That was 25 feet of your movement.
Yep.
You've still got 5 feet of movement, but you are now in his range. It's up to you if you wish to move or
No, I'm gonna
you good.
stay there.
Stand your ground.
Stand on the ground.
Green, you're up.
going
You
reckless.
still have your rage because you
Now
took
going
damage.
reckless again.
Yeah. I like it when you go reckless.
22.
22 hits, and I'm assuming obviously you're going for as the number 1.
Second.
What does it say?
9 points of damage.
9 points of the damage. First bit of damage that one has taken. Yeah. Anything else you wish to do, Green?
That is it.
Elora.
So he's kind of like ducked behind this thing, yeah?
So he's got partial cover.
If I moved somewhere around here,
Mhm.
would that negate
That-
the partial
Yeah,
cover?
full cover.
So
That's 15. So
yeah, so if I moved there, I'd get a clear
yeah, you
shot
got
at him.
full cover on him.
So I'm going to
Destroy him.
Scorching Ray.
Kill
I
him.
love how casually you say that.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm
Scorching
gonna
Ray.
throw out some fire here. Right, so
Stand at
first
me.
attack.
Is this one with like 3 like
Yeah, it's
shots?
just
Uh,
like
nine-
magic missile.
19.
19 hits.
Right, so do you know what? I always forget what my damage is. I'm pretty sure it's 3d6. No, 2d6. It wasn't 3. Right.
You wish it was fucking 3.
So that was 7 points.
7 points, yeah, and number 4.
Is he still standing?
Yep, still standing.
Right.
Just.
Second hit. Oh, 7.
7 misses.
15.
Hits.
3 points.
Exactly critical.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
And it just kind of like engulfs and like the feathers burn and just flies up.
I was wondering if you did say to explode it.
There's enough blood in here. And then
Or make more,
Yep,
right?
so you hit him first time. It's got this horrible like, burning sense that rubs it off and he looks at you. And then he kind of almost leaps towards you. But as your third one hits him by his feet and just misses, he looks a bit worried. And then he's like, he hits him straight in the face. And he's just blown onto the side. You got that vague smell of chicken in the air.
yeah.
It's
And,
like last night's dinner in here.
and then I'm gonna move to here and just kind of like crouch. I'm gonna fall.
Are you going to crouch, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
I'm
So that will
trying
give you
to-
an extra +2 to your AC while you're crouched. So that gives
Okay.
you a little bit of partial cover, okay?
Yeah, just because I'm now like breathing very heavily.
That's fine. So, round number 2. Top of the round is Viella.
She is gonna take a swing at number 1,
Number 1, yeah.
and that's with advantage because she's
Yeah,
next to Green.
I'm still raging.
That is. Yeah, so that is. I think it was. I rolled a 16, I think.
Yep, so that would hit.
Yeah.
So rough volley damage.
Don't like playing two people.
Things are falling down. That's annoying.
5.
5 points of damage. Yep. That's at number 1, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yep, that's taking that damage. Slashes that like at its what would be like its hip sort of area. Yeah. So enemy number 1 is looking between both Green and Viella. And it's gonna try and run away. So you both get attack of opportunity on it. So we'll do ladies first.
That was a 6.
That was a 6, so that misses.
22 again.
22, so just as it runs, you just go to swing at it.
7.
7 points of damage. And as it goes to run, you just clip it and you just get almost like you've hit like a main artery in its leg, and you just slice through it. Blood slicks everywhere.
Ooh,
There is.
shaka laka.
1 enemy remaining. Enemy number 3 just looks. Stop! And it kind of it kind of screams for you to stop, and it jumps down trying to escape from you. Barakus, you get an attack of opportunity there.
Oh, that's better fucking work. 18.
18 hits. So as it goes to run away, you've got your dagger in its hand. You go to click, like almost scrape at one of its legs, and you manage to make contact. So roll for damage. So that's 1d4 with your dagger.
5.
5. Nice. Where's my pencil gone? So that takes 5 points of slashing damage to its leg, and it gets to the door, and it rattles the door to try and get out, and it drops a sparrow. Stop! 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 It just keeps repeating itself, and it kind of grabs its feathers over its head, and it kind of curls up into a ball. Barakus, it is your turn. The enemy is curled up in the ball. It's dropped its
Okay.
weapon. It's screaming to stop. What are you gonna do? You can choose to do
Okay.
things like non-lethal damage to knock it out and stuff like that, or you can choose to try and engage in conversations, or you can just straight up kill it.
Do it.
At this point, the the enemy is in non-threatening, so this is now what you call open action. So you can all engage, so it's
Can
not
I-
initiative
Okay,
order.
so I'm gonna be like,
You pop, so you're just popping up like,
what are you?
you hear this thing up, stop, stop,
It can speak. What are you doing here?
stop, stop.
Can I do my speak with animals?
You can do your speak of animals if you wish.
Or will it work on them, or when it...
So you casting
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you've cast it.
What happened here?
Stop, stop.
No,
Just
don't
cut
know.
this out.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna stumble to my feet and kind of move a little bit closer and going, do you understand us?
Stop, stop.
Okay, we've stopped. Stop saying that.
It's getting annoying. What I do want to do is I want to climb up where he was to,
Mhm.
and I'll wait there for him.
So as you all sort of like almost start to surround it. It looks over to you and it keeps saying the same thing, like stop, stop.
Okay, I just go like,
It looks up. It looks very scared and intimidated.
We're not going to hurt you now.
What?
yeah.
Hurt, hurt.
I was scared now.
Do I recognise what this creature is?
Yeah, make a history or intelligence. And it falls under the same category, whatever gives you the best.
History. 6.
6. You know from all your times at the library that that there are many of bird-like creature within the realm, and they're not uncommon in this area. But you don't know exactly what this is.
Okay. Do you understand me? Okay, 1 squawk, yes. 2 squawk, no.
Yes. Go.
So what
Okay,
I heard
so
out of
it-
that was yes
it understand-
and go.
Yes and no.
Were you here? And I'll point to the bodies. Was this you? Did you do this?
And then you hear you've been having this really high-pitched voice this whole time. Then it goes to a really deep, dark, almost like with an orcish accent. Xanathar sends its regards.
Ah. Kiri.
Yes.
It just clicks the name there. Were you were watching?
And then a different voice again, very thin and nasty. Tie up the boy in the back room. He's so pretty. Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
You don't have to wait for me to write, you know.
I think it's more convenient.
Are we out of combat?
Yeah, you're out of combat.
Cool, get rid of that. How?
It's a shame I wanted to kill him.
Okay. So this must have been quite. Were you here all the time?
And in a sort of scratchy, harsh voice. No time to loot the place. Just get into the boss. It's really weird seeing it go, "Rah!" And then just having like a almost human voice.
It's just like a
It's
parrot.
like a part parrot.
It gets up and it tries to makes its way through the
no,
door
no,
again,
no.
and it tries really
Wait,
hard to just
wait,
try and
wait,
get its
wait,
way
wait.
out, and it's almost gone into this manic frenzy, and it's just
Wait,
trying
wait.
so hard to get out of the door.
We have an exit. We have an exit. We can let you out. The young man, did they take him?
Can I just knock him out?
The young man, did they take him?
If you're gonna knock him out, you can.
Okay, yeah.
Can I?
Words
Can
mean
I?
actions
Don't-
in this game.
Yeah, I'll knock him out.
Yes.
I've literally just said, can I knock him out? And that's to the whole group.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just gonna keep wrangling out the door, trying
Because
to get
you don't
out.
Yeah, he's making noises.
Guards
Okay,
to
try and
come
knock him out.
Yeah.
So you go up to him. You've got your dagger in your hand, and you kind of flip it over so that the hilt is facing outwards. And in one hard, solid blast, this sound, it's almost hollow sound, makes contact, like with steel on wood, and the bird-like creature drops to the ground. It is now considered unconscious.
Yeah.
Right, so he said Xanathar sends his regards in the horrible voice. Something about there was another voice.
Saying about yellow.
Tie him up.
tie the
in the back
beautiful
row.
one up.
Follow the yellow
Yellow
signs.
And
And
the
then
other signs in the sewers.
in the sewers.
Sewers.
And then the same voice that said Xanathar, yeah?
Oh, no different voice. This was the final one was like a more of a scratchy voice.
Is that all different
And that
voices?
was
take him to the boss.
take him to the boss,
We
no
can't
time to loot.
Yeah, no time to loot.
Can I do a medicine check on the bodies just to try and discern like how long it's been?
You can, yeah. Please make a medicine check.
Can I assist?
You can assist.
17.
17. Judging from the how wet and slick the pools of blood still are, you maintain this could have happened within the last, between now and the last 4 hours.
Okay, so this happens.
Very recently.
So pretty much not long.
Was this
before we
stairs
go.
down?
So that stairs leads up. You know, it's a 2-floor building.
I was intrigued by the stairs.
There must be a basement.
But where?
Can I just like but covered in blood now? Can we like find somewhere to rest?
You can make
Maybe
a
like
perception check on the room to see if it's a safe place to rest.
yeah. Oh, that's a natural one.
To be honest,
So in that case, I want to just kind of stumbling slightly, just kind of move around the rooms.
What did you roll? Sorry?
I rolled a natural one.
Natural one. Yeah. So you kind of look around the room, and
Kinda
you
don't
can
wanna be
see that
staying
there's
here.
you can see there's like a couple of rooms in here. There's like a one room like to the back, almost like maybe like a store cupboard sort of thing. But aside from that, there's not really a whole lot in here. There's just lots of dead bodies, lots of busted open crates.
Is there anything interesting in the crates?
In the crates, as you rummage through the crates, it's nothing of massive use, nothing of real worth, just odd
Okay.
bits of clothing, tattered armour, rusted weapons.
Okay, I want to try and look, see if there's a door that leads down.
As you'll make another perception check, please.
I'll assist you on this
Yeah.
one.
Ooh, I thank you. 9.
9, you don't find any doors that seem to go down. You just see the storage cupboard that is kind of like, where the stairs go up, it's kind of like behind the stairs there, like a
Okay.
cupboard under the stairs sort of thing.
I just wounds.
I mean, you can't hear any movement, just the strong smell of iron in the air from the blood and that scent of pickled fish sort of.
I want to
smell.
try and move away as far as I can from the bodies.
Yep.
Just kind of
to be
like
honest, I
move
wanna-
towards one of the back.
Yep.
Or something.
The room itself, I know you can't really tell from my very crude drawing. It's almost like in an L shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to check upstairs, see what there is upstairs, if there is anything.
So as you start to make your way up the stairs, it's extremely creaky. Like it's a very old building, and every footstep you take leaves a dust mark. It's a very old place. Doesn't really look like it's been in much use. And as you make your way up through the stairs, you come to the main floor, and as you see, there's a lot of like office space. There's desks and little things like that. Just on a first glance.
Yeah. It's not very much.
It opens up to like the balcony, so where it's 2 stories, you can look over the balcony and you can see down into where your comrades are, and it kind of
Why don't
again goes in that little L shape with the balcony.
Yeah. Hello.
As you walk around, you see there are like doors and things like that.
Can I check the cupboard under the stairs, like to move it,
Yeah.
see if there's anything behind
So
it?
the cupboard, the door hangs like really quite loosely, and the closer you get to it, the more horrid the stench of like sour fish and vinegar is. And you open the door and it almost like falls off its hinges. It's such like a dilapidated sort of building, and you go in there. It's still obviously a very quiet area, and you find it just filled with like discarded cloaks and ropes and random little bits. And as you kind of step into the room, you think you can hear breathing in the room. Very rasped, fast breathing.
I'll step out and be like, there's
Yeah.
someone
So you slowly
here.
step out. You look
There's
to
someone here.
Barakus is upstairs, so you look to Elora and Viella.
There's someone in there heavily breathing.
Viola just goes over, yanks it.
Yeah.
Oh, you!
So Viella rips open like the top, and this terrified middle-aged man with dark red hair and brown eyes, wearing what was once probably like a really nice deep blue tunic and dark leather trousers and strong boots. And, please don't.
We're not going to stab you.
Who are you with? Are you with them?
Are you Flawn? Florian?
No. My name is
Floon.
Renner.
Aha! Where's Floon?
I don't know. They took him.
She pulls her sword away. It's okay. We're not with any of the gangs.
I've been hiding here since the attack, and I've been waiting for my opportunity to leave, and they weren't leaving. And you can see very, not scared, but very edgy and very dirty.
She doesn't have like a list of things she has.
No, she does not.
Sorry, there was a note on the back of that.
Please don't. No harm.
I'm gonna stumble over and be like, "Do you want a swig of whiskey?"
Oh my God, yes. And you, oh, it's the good stuff.
Yes, it is.
And he takes another. He almost empties your flask. Oh, buy you another. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. And you can see his lips are quite dry and like crusted. You know they've been under captive for a couple of days. And
We've
he kind of dabs himself.
This
And
is
from
so neat.
upstairs, Barakus, you do hear talking, and you hear an unfamiliar voice.
I'll message Barakus. Well, we found Renette. If you find anything interesting up there, let us know. But we're gonna have a chat down here.
So
You
while
can reply to that
while
message.
you're up there, you've gone up the stairs, and to the left there's like an open like offices and desks. And as you kind of walk around to the right along the balcony, you've obviously got that balcony, and there's more like random boxes just cracked open. There's just crap spilled everywhere. There's rats crawling all over this place, scuttling along the ground. And to the back of the far left corner of the room, on the straight bit, there is a door.
I'll go and check out that
Yeah.
door then.
The door isn't even shut; it is partially open. You swing it, that makes a horrible squeak sound, and it does lead into more offices. And it's just like office rooms dotted everywhere, almost like little cubicles. You know this once was potentially quite an active warehouse for the dock, but has since recently been almost abandoned. And you can, if you go to the back wall, you can see another painted out window. And if you scratch at it, you can look down, you can see into the street that you know is the far left of the building. Keep you there, coming back at you guys, you three.
We one of Floon's friends has hired us to look into. He was worried. You know Volo? Heard of
Yeah,
Volo?
yes, of course, follow. Right. He's a good man.
He's been worried about Floon, and probably with good reason. What happened? How long have you been here?
Oh, days. We were just leaving the dragon, and then I just felt a smack around my head as we were going down Phillip Lane, and then I woke up and we were both here. I managed to get out of my binds and hide. I'm ashamed to admit, but
Do you? Unfortunately, we saw some bird people out there, and one of them seemed to be a mimic of some kind.
yes, that's the
Do you-
Kenku. That's what they do. They understand what we say, but they don't have their own words, so they mimic the voice of others.
Oh, okay. Are they?
I mean, you've probably heard them cry like me.
Were they hired by the Centrinians?
Well, I mean, they are. I assume that they must be all part of the same gang. I mean,
Is these the Centrinians out here?
No, those are. And he points to the dead bodies on the floor.
Yeah.
Those are the Zents. I'm pretty sure that the Kenku are part of Xanathar's guild.
Ah. Okay, so they were left here. Yes.
There was more of them, but
So, what actually happened? I mean, obviously there was some battle, and they said something about Xanathar sends his regards, and and where is Floon? Did they steal him? Did the Xanathars get him, or
Well,
did the Zents?
it's all just so stupid, and I feel so bad. I think they've mistaken Floon for me.
Does Renee have like red hair as well?
Yeah,
Ah.
they're both quite handsome-looking young men, middle-aged.
You
I-
thinking blackmail?
No, it's stupid, really.
Come on, out with it.
The Zentriniums think that my father embezzled a large amount of gold while he was the open lord here, and they think that he hid the dragon somewhere in the city. That, you know, it's all myth and rumours. They think they can find it by using an artifact that's called the Stone of Galore. That's Golorr.
Golorr.
R.
Yeah.
Which was in the hands of Xanathar's guild until recently. Apparently someone stole it, and the Zents thought I knew something about it because he's my father, but I don't know. I haven't even spoken to the man in years, and this is all just ridiculous. And now I couldn't even imagine what they're doing to Floon.
Torture, probably.
Yeah.
That was my other poke.
Yeah.
Poke with a stick. I poke you, and then you talk, and then we go have food.
So while you guys are down here talking to Floon, you're upstairs in the offices.
I'll pass him a pear.
Yeah? He grabs the parrot. Oh my god, it's food! Yeah, Barakus, what are you doing upstairs in the offices?
I'm just literally just scoping around.
Are you just having a little look around? Are you searching or?
I've done a bit of both really.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
keeping an eye out just in case, really.
Yeah. So if you just want to roll yourself a little perception check, see if you see anything of any uses.
I've got nothing for perception anyway. 4.
4. You just see a lot more rats.
My friends.
Yeah. Because as you go through the door, then leads to another door, which is another office, and then another 2 doors, which are more offices. Lots of scattered paperwork and everything around.
I think that'll be me then. I'll just pretty much walk down and
Yeah, that's fine.
with the gang.
As you walk down the stairs, Renee hears footsteps on the stairs.
It's okay. He's okay. He's with us. I think we should get him out of here.
Yeah.
And at that, you come round, you see this very good-looking man, wants nice robes. He's quite funky smelling, and he's just hammering into this pear. And he's just juice dribbling, just such a juicy pear.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get you out of here.
What are we gonna do with the knocked out one?
At that, the front door gets kicked in, and a group of armed guards come storming in.
We're innocent.
Like, all come rifling in. See someone at the lead, a very grand-looking, well-plated man takes the lead in this, and they all storm in. There's around 12 of them all together. Like, you get in the corner now. And you see, they've all got trained. They're all trained on you. Some of you got blood on you, so you're looking quite suspicious. And,
I'll go and put myself in the corner.
Yeah, so you'll just kind of back yourselves up in the corner. You know, if you've got any weapons in your hand, you kind of drop them. Like, oh my god. He notices the Kenku on the ground. Grab him, pick him up. We'll interrogate him later. You four.
We were.
Renee, what are you doing here? Renee just kind of, oh thank God, and he runs over to the man, and he takes him to the side. The guards are still all got their trained weapons on you, and just like you can see, they look a bit twitchy because they're seeing you. You're covered in blood. There's at least 12 bodies here on the ground, and they're all looking at you, very suspicious. And
I'm just like,
the man comes to him. Men, lower your weapons. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Hiatus Stagget.
Stagget.
Yeah.
Her name.
Staget.
Stagget. Wow.
Please, excuse our... Well, don't excuse our intrusion, of course, but we had information of suspicious activities going on here, and we were storming the building at once, and I've just spoken to Ren here, and is what he says true? You came looking for him and his friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, as you know, violence in the city is not tolerated, and the penalties are great for murder within, especially justified or even unjustified. But as you have the word of Ren, I'll let you off this one time.
Believe us, we did not want to be killing anybody.
They pretty much
we were trying to find, and we were ambushed. And
well, this once I will give you a pardon, as you're a noble.
Thank
Perhaps
you.
this might help in future. And he hands you a piece of parchment, and as you open it, you see it has the legal code of the city. You are vaguely familiar of it, but you now have a copy, which I will print out and give to you next time. But yeah, you now have a copy of what are considered crimes, what are the punishment for those crimes. You now have that.
We will make sure these are adhered to.
I know you will. Now tell me, what have you found here?
Well, when we got in, we found the bodies.
Yes. You did not
No.
kill
No.
all of these bodies.
These
They
were
were already here.
These were here when we arrived.
Okay.
Then we got ambushed by those birds.
Birds, the Kenku, as Renee called them.
We took 3 of them out, and then that one was the only one that tried to run away, but we knocked him out.
He starts to walk over to the bodies, and he starts to inspect them. And Ren, you said it was these men, and you see him point to 5 different bodies that are like sprawled on the floor, and you see him, and he grabs one of them, he grabbed up his arm, and you see just on his forearm there's a tattoo of a black winged snake.
Nice.
Well, we know who these are. He just drops the hand, and you can see him and the other men rifling through the other dead bodies, and one of the other guards pip up like, "Captain, over here!" And he goes over, and as you all look, he's holding up, from the other 7 bodies, he's holding up a palm, and in the palm of just this one guard, there is a tattoo on his right palm of a circle with little spokes radiating from it. He's like, "It's one of his, Captain. We can't say for sure about the others." Right.
Whose mark is that? Do I recognise
He
it?
looks at all 4 of you. How long have you guys been in the city?
Not long.
A few days.
That makes sense.
We're making an impact.
Yes, you are. This is the mark of Xanathar. You see the snakes are the Zentrum, or the Zents, as we call them, and the circles are Xanathars. They're the two main fractions within the city, constantly at battle with each other. It is my job to obviously seek these out and find peace in the community, but they seem a little bit hell-bent on destroying each other, so as long as no innocent lives get spent, I kind of step back just a little bit and let them kill each other. They're doing my job for me, after all.
That's true.
Sensible plan.
So,
I'm like nearly dying over here, by the way, so I'm kind of like paying attention, but like still breathing heavy.
so your job is to find your friend. Ren
Yeah.
says you've been hired by Volo.
Yes.
Yes,
find
he
Floon.
was. Yes, he was. He's been worried about Floon, with good reason.
Well, if
By the sounds of it.
what Ren tells me is true, then you have right to be worried.
We can only hope that he's still alive.
Well, I hope you find him soon, else he probably isn't going to be.
We
According to Ren, he was captured a few hours ago, so...
we have your leave to continue investigating this. If we find ourselves in this kind of situation again, obviously we don't want to be blamed for. I mean, if
You have
We will
my
take-
pass on this occasion, and you may continue your investigations as you will. But I will give you one piece of advice. Keep the blood off the streets. Okay?
keep them off the streets. Sort of.
And you will not be pardoned again.
If we find more information, can we come to you?
If you deem it to be useful information to help take down the guild, I don't see why not.
And we can find you.
Find me anywhere.
Aye, Captain.
Well, should probably get to work at cleaning up this. And what information did you get out of the Kenku?
Not much.
Anything useful
Odd
for
bits, odd
They-
bits and pieces.
Something about taking him to the boss.
me?
But it was all in different voices.
Yeah,
maybe,
it was
maybe
very
this
different
Floon
voices.
might lead you to Xanathar himself.
We are.
You've
There
seen
were
him deep before.
there were 3 voices, and we were uncertain whether they managed to steal Floon away or whether they caught him and took him. But is Xanathar a mage of some
He
kind?
is not something that you ever want to face.
Noted.
Right, men, let's get him back and see if we can get any more information out of this bird. And you see someone, they kind of got him tied up and gagged. It's still unconscious. There's a hell of a whack it took. And it's kind of a limp. And you can see him, they're not even treating it with any form of discard. They've got a handful of its feathers on the back of its head and they're dragging it away. Like, right, 5 of you stay here, keep guard, and we'll send someone to help clean. You 4 better get out of here.
Yeah, we are on our
Ren,
way.
I have questions. And Ren just looks a little bit sheepish. And the 4 of you are escorted off of the premises.
Nice to meet you, Ren.
And please, I will return the favour of you saving me, please. If you ever
Women-
need anything, door shuts. Let's call upon Sir.
Oh, that's
So
a
you
noble.
are covered in blood, somewhat wounded, stood outside of a gang warehouse that you've now discovered, covered in blood.
I'm gonna take off my cloak and kind of turn
And-
it inside the rubber.
It is now dark. It's not late night, but you know you're talking like 7, 8 at night now.
Guys, can we go back?
Yeah. I just like put you on
Thank you.
Hilda
Just
just to
kind of
give her a
stumble.
boost.
Yeah.
I've got 2 hit points.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
I'm
off
stumbling.
my bloody clothes as well.
Yeah, I've kind of like, I know I can't get rid of anything like on my trousers or
Yeah.
anything, but I pull off my cloak and
Yeah, I just
bundle it
went
so it's
my
not
coat-
so
cloak
obvious.
I mean, during your time within the city, I mean, you've really only been here 24 hours.
Yeah.
But during your time in the city, you've always been kind of going the long way around, trying to make sure that you're not doing the same route. But in this instance, because you're so beaten and exhausted, you just beeline it from the quickest route that you think you know, straight to the yawning portal. It takes you 10-15 minutes. You only made one wrong turn this time, so you're getting better. You're getting there.
Good learning.
And at this time of night, it's quite easy to find. You kind of just follow the noise, follow the light, as this area, especially Candle Lane, is just so pitch black and awful. And you get to the yawning portal. You're met by the same presence as you always are in the evening. Bards singing, cards playing, people laughing, having fun, dancing on the tables. And as always, Durin is behind the bar, serving his patrons.
I'm just going to stumble to a table towards the corner.
Yep.
And I'm just going to sit there.
As you kind of
close my eyes.
stumble to the corner and just close your eyes, you notice a man sat on the table just in front of you, and he's wearing he's got longish straight black hair or dark brown hair. He's wearing like a little leather waistcoat. He's got like leather wrist cuffs on. You see him just jotting down notes in his book.
So,
Is there anything else anyone wishes to be doing? I'm assuming you're all sat at the same table, just kind of slummed, like, oh my god.
No, I'm alright.
No?
I'll be like.
Yeah, you two gotta go straight to the bar.
I'm gonna go to the table because I'll.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna ask Alora if she wants a drink, so I can go to.
yes, please.
Yeah.
Would you
And I'm
like-
going to kind of like take this out.
You know when you kind of like hover on your seat waiting for drink orders, and you at that point you feel a hand on your shoulder. It's one of the waitresses, and she's running around taking orders.
Oh, okay. Saves me a job.
Drinks? Can I get anyone any drinks?
Yes, please.
I'll take an ale.
Ale,
Wine.
wine,
Whiskey.
whiskey, and we'll just say that
Yeah.
has whiskey. Yeah, she's getting the taste for it now, you know. Yep. So she takes all your orders, and within a couple of minutes she's back with a tray, and she also has a glass of water on there, and you see her. She takes it over to the man sat opposite you, and
Is he on the same table or is it kind of
he's a table away.
table?
And he looks at her and thanks her, and he carries on writing with his little glass of water, taking a sip.
kind of like takes my interest, kind of like, what's he writing?
Make a. Are you trying to make this obvious?
No.
Or are you trying to sneak a little look?
I'm going to try and sneak a little look.
You sneak a little look, and please roll for stealth.
See, I wanted to walk past them and do that, but
15.
15. So you're almost like yawn to have a little look. You don't see much, but you notice name Pike in his notes.
Do you know who it is yet?
Yeah. So you haven't even had to request it, and there is some food brought to your table. Not a lot. It's more like little snacking, nibbling bowls, like like monkey nuts and stuff. You got to crush out. There's some sort of like stale breads that I bought.
I want to kind of like flag down the waitress and I'd be like, send an ale to that table.
His table.
Yeah.
He
Or
only drinks water, dear.
Food?
He doesn't. He enjoys a bit of chicken. That's what.
Something nibbly.
Oh, okay, I'll send him some nibbles. And five or so minutes later, she puts the plate down in front of him, and she points to you, and he's like,
I fell over.
and he just tucks his hair behind his ears, and he carries on.
I love it. Is Volo in here?
Make a perception check.
holy
12.
shit.
No.
I'm gonna ask every time.
Every morning.
Yep, so
Every evening.
you're all sat round. You're enjoying your little nibbles. It's enough to keep you full, and your drinks. Is there anything you're discussing during this evening?
Well, that was certainly a...
Music.
Fun.
Fun is not the type of word I would use, but informative.
Those bird things were weird.
Yeah, I've never come across them before. Yeah. And we have... Oh, that flume is not going to be...
Time is not with us
No.
when it comes to that.
We're gonna have to try and find
Quickly.
the sewers and try and find the yellow.
Are we gonna go out again? What is it? How late is it?
It's like 8, 9 o'clock at night now.
You're gonna have to rest.
Yeah.
I can always go out and scope out if needed.
I mean, we could do that. Because why would they say send him into the thing? There must be an entrance somewhere near there. And did they sound like they'd taken someone when they left? Because there was those two voices.
Yeah, because there was all different voices, weren't there?
Yeah,
So
there was three, I think. There was one that must have been the first attack,
Then probably
like a preamble, and then
pre-ambush, and then probably after the attack. One of
so
them
they've taken him. Sounds like, or who they think.
is the person.
Yeah. Have I ever heard of the Stone of Golor?
Make a history check.
No. 8.
Yeah, no.
I have to think on that one.
You know, there's a lot of deep, rich history
Yeah.
and a lot of myth within the city of Waterdeep. It's one of the oldest cities in the realm.
That could require some more research.
Yeah, you books.
Yeah.
But if there's an entrance, there has to be like sort of a marking at least.
Well, they said, was it follow the yellow signs?
Yeah.
Mm.
So maybe we're gonna find these yellow signs.
Oh yeah.
The candle, was that yellow?
No, it's just a standard candle.
Oh.
Except for when it glowed, because you had detect magic on it. So
Yeah.
it glowed pink.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, pretty colour.
You know, in my head, like whenever you do detect magic, anything that is magical, it's like being on
Like rainbowy.
yeah, like a hippie trip
Yeah.
sort of thing. You know, it's very
Yeah.
tie-dyed, very ooh. I like think your pupils dilate a little bit as well,
Yeah.
but that's in my head.
Well, yeah, I need to take at least a short rest. I don't know if we wanted to split, if you wanted to go and scout, or if we wanted
I
to wait
could
till
al-
morning.
I could always scope
We
out.
could always probably wait till morning, maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
but that's another 12 hours gone.
Well, we don't have the time.
I mean, they've taken him somewhere. And I don't think they're going to be very nice.
You think?
Mm,
It's like we're lucky we weren't those bodies.
yeah.
Well, at least one of us.
Thanks.
Oh, two of us, I should say.
Yeah, the elves nearly die. So yeah, it's up to you if you wanted to go out now.
As the night goes on, the tavern starts to get louder and louder as more people are getting drunk. The bards feel as though they're not being heard above the crowd, so they have to yell even louder on their music and their playings. See a couple of people getting up on. You see the barkeep trying to like push people off the bar. People are trying to get up on the dance on the bar, Coyote Ugly style, and he's like, "Oh, get off, peasants!" You see the man that was sat opposite you. He closes his book and steps up, and he gestures to you, and
Me
he
please.
struts off, and you see him go up the stairs.
I want to make note what room he's gone in.
So as you watch, he goes up and along the balcony,
Creepy much.
and you are sat in the tucked into the corner. So as he gets to the corner of the balcony, he disappears.
No
That's
naughty
it.
business.
I'm a nosy person. I'm very watchful.
What were you going to do?
Nothing.
So she says.
That's more Viola stuff.
So the night does start to go on. You finish all your nibbles. The bowls are pretty much pecked dry, and the waitress comes over. Oh, would you like any more drinks? Any more nibbles? You ate that. Do you need food or anything else you need?
Yeah, I think we need a proper meal.
Yeah.
Whatever's you recommend, whatever's freshest.
Oh, we got chicken or beef. Beef's freshest. Chicken's from last night.
Beef.
Beef.
A mixture of both. Please.
White and dark meat. Love it. Any drinks? Same again.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
again.
So
I'll
she
just have water.
water, clear head, and she scurries off. Your drinks come before your food, but you've got it all in around 15 or so minutes, and she gives a nice little. It's more like a sharing platter, so it's a nice big platter, a good few slices of beef. They're kind of cold now, so it's later on in the evening, but it's still really tasty. Chicken, some root vegetables, and a small little bowl of gravy.
Ooh,
Gives you little plates. You got some stale breads as always, and she brings over an extra little bowl of monkey nuts.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. And please don't forget to settle up before the end of the night. Yeah. You're tucking into your food, so that the night is going on. It's getting darker. It's getting later. What you see, you start to see one or two people starting to leave the portal now.
Are you heading out?
What do we want to do? Do you want to wait, or do you want me to go and scape out and see if I can find any clues and then come back?
It's up to you. I don't think I'm going anywhere.
Viola also says the same. I heard all over. I just want to rest.
Yeah.
Please.
And I'll be no good because it's dark.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, you suck.
So what's the decision?
I'll go and take a look around.
So you three going to bed now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Well,
Settle
I'll
up
be
at the
doing.
bar and then.
yeah.
I'll be doing more training with.
Yep, that's
Gizmo.
fine. So before you all leave, you settle up at the bar.
Settle up at the
So food was a copper each, and then you had
I had one whiskey.
you
and
had
a
one
water.
whiskey, so that's 1 silver. You had 2 ales, 2 coppers, 2 wines, 2 silvers, and 2 silver.
So what was
from-
mine again?
And
So
two
it's
silver
a
from
a
these.
silver and a
I'll
No. you had whiskey and water, and so that's a silver and a copper for you.
I'll
I
give
don't
him
know
2
if that's
copper.
free
No,
or
2
13,
silver.
but-
Sorry.
2 silvers. Do you want change? Like she tries to give you change. Like, oh, please. Oh, he likes you.
The 3 gold, the 5 silver, that was for the 10 days,
Mhm.
which I still need to take off these.
Yep. So you three make your way up to your rooms. Barakus, you do not go upstairs to your room. You're like, oh, fancy a midnight stroll. You know, trying to make it look casual. Stretch your arms out, strutting around, and you walk around the area. What are you looking out for in particular?
To be honest, because we were talking about yellow signs because so I was looking for something at least standing out that's yellowish that I
Okay.
can see.
So, with your Thieves Guildness, you are trained to look out for signs and different types of markings. So please make a perception check with advantage.
That's cocked.
Yeah, that's a roll again.
Yeah, it was the worst thing. 10.
10. So you're looking around. You don't know if it's because it's quite a really unfamiliar city, or if it's still because it's quite a lot of people around. You don't feel comfortable focusing your training on certain points, but you don't really see any markings. You obviously see the natural road signs, signs that point to different parts of the city, different parts of the roads. You do locate a couple of sewer grates though. They're more blended in this environment. They look more like stone slabs, but they are made of steel. You kind of stand on top of one, you kind of kick it, and you can hear that little ding sound. So you do find a couple of potential sewer entrances.
Okay.
You spend about an hour out and about, just having a nice little brisk walk. It's very cold. You can whenever you come into a spot of candlelight from the lanterns, you see a cloud emanate from your mouth of how the frost and how cold it is. It's almost like you're smoking. Yeah.
I'll take a little bit longer just to look around and then I'll go back.
As you are walking around all the main market stalls and that have all packed away, there are still 1 or 2 stalls remained open for like hot food and things like that. But that's really about it. And there's still quite a few people visiting these stalls for decent hot food, but
Don't blame me.
nothing of suspicion you see. No thievery, no lurking characters in alleyways. You start to head your way back.
Yep.
Yep, no, start to slowly make your way back, trying to remember in your head where you saw these potential sewer entrances. And you make your way back to the yawning portal. It's slightly quieter now. A few more people have left, and you see a couple people like throwing up outside. Like one person's patting on back. You gotta handle your ale better, son. Next time. Oh, I think that was a boot that came out of him. And you walk in. You're greeted by the light and the warmth of the inn, and the barkeep gives you a little nod, and you going up to your room.
I will do.
Yeah. While Barakus was out walking and around, you're going for a training.
Again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So make an animal handling check. What are you doing this time?
Don't go berserk. No psycho.
Make your mind up.
I'm gonna open the cage again and do a wait.
Yep. So.
And then it'll be after the wait. It'll be calm.
Yep. So roll your animal handling check.
9.
9. So yeah.
I don't open the door yet. I'll just do the wait.
So you're like wait, and it's like and it just keeps running around. Wait. And it jumps up and it's like shooting out on the bars, and it jumps back down. You wait the third time and it waits there and it smirks at you. What do you do next?
Run like hell.
I'll try it one more time
What are you doing?
with the wait.
With the way it stood still, it's waiting, it's smirking at you.
So I'll give him a bit of beef.
Doesn't even move. It's looking at you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna slowly start to open the door.
So you slowly start to open the door. The door is wide open. What are you doing?
Come.
And it, whoosh, it runs. Make a dex saving throw. See if you can shut the door quickly in time before it escapes.
Dex save, yeah.
Yeah.
10.
Thankfully, that was the fucking DC. And like, as you like, oh my god, you shot really quickly. It hits his head, and it just starts running around again. Freaking psycho.
I will get him trained.
One day. Yep. Are you and Viella doing anything, Alora?
I don't think so. I think can we? Is there like a thing to call like someone to the room or anything like that? Like not 7 or anything, but like
there's no bell or anything.
Okay.
But...
Okay. As we were going up, then I just wanted to like grab one of the barmaids. But is there any like I kind of like just in my cloak, like any wash services for clothes or anything, or is there any bathhouses nearby?
And there are bathhouses nearby. There's just one around the corner if you need it. Perhaps. Maybe go there tomorrow.
Yeah.
They open early, so.
What's the place called?
It's called Bubbles and Beyond.
Bubbles and Beyond. Thank you. We'll make a stop there in the morning. It's not been a good day.
I didn't want to say anything earlier, but you need a bath.
Yeah, it's a good day. Thank you very much. And I'll
Of course.
continue up into the room. I'm gonna feed Laurie, make sure she's still okay, and then I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah.
Like literally, like get into bed, like
bed. Don't even change. Boom. Out.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Oddly enough, Viella pretty much does the same thing.
Yeah.
So. We both all going to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in your bed, Green. Just as you start to nod, you hear the door open. And you're like that. I'm ready, like that little dagger you keep under your pillow, sort of thing. You see it's Green. Barakus, so you're like, yeah.
You see
And you just roll back over and tuck that dagger under your bed. And just kind of curl up like, almost sucking your thumb. Like. Yeah. So you all gain the benefits of a long rest. Abilities, hit die, spent hit die, hit point spells, all restored.
Yay!
All is normal with the world again.
Goodness.
Back up to 3 rages.
As you're all starting to get slightly used to the busy and loud environment, you all find that you get a better and deeper sleep this evening. You still wake up once or twice, but it's nothing compared to what you were waking up to the previous night. And as you wake up in the morning, The sun is not peeking through your windows, unfortunately, as it is a building view. You start to hear the hustle and bustle of the trade already starting at first light.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Viola, you and Alora would obviously be the first awake. You are already sat down at the table enjoying some nice herbal teas and an assortment of cold meats and eggs.
Feeding.
Yeah, feeding
Laurie.
feeding Laurie, and one of the maids goes, she raffles her behind the ears. Laurie's like, you see Laurie's little leg go a little bit jelly because you can't remember the last time you made her leg twitch like that. But she's scratching her on that sweet spot under the ear, and the waitress comes back around five or so minutes later, and she gives her a little saucer of milk for the little pooch.
Oh, thank you. It's so cute.
Struts off, and as you see her walk away, you see Green and Barakus walking down the stairs towards you.
Morning, guys.
You feeling better today?
Yeah.
You look better.
Yes. Feeling a lot better.
Good.
That was not a fun day.
I thought it was a good day.
You would.
Every day is a good day. To be honest, I see like the food.
Yeah,
And
there's
she just like scoffed down.
knowing that you're a party of 4, the house has put up a large like sharing platter, and obviously Viola and Alora have eaten what would be considered their share of it, and there's still plenty left for you, even though Lorelei has been eating it as well. There's still plenty, and there's a nice metal canister of hot herbal tea. It's kind of like a minty, syrupy tasting tea this evening, whereas the previous morning it was more of a floral tea. Nice breakfast tea.
Yummy.
One show that down.
It's always like quite nice and fresh tea as well. You can imagine living so close to trading docks. They're privy to some nice fresh leaves that you probably would be a bit stale more deeper into the realm.
So what's the plan for today?
First plan is bath and
You
trying to
all
wash
stink.
this blood out because
Yeah.
we can't be inconspicuous with this.
Yep.
And then maybe we should try and get some more information on where Floon.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any luck last night? Did you manage to find?
I was looking around. Didn't really notice much. I saw a few sort of drains type of thing that could it's sort of entrances, but not anything.
How far did you go?
Not too far. I didn't want to be too far away just in
Yeah.
case anything did happen.
Good thinking. Maybe the closer we got to the dock ward, maybe, or
Most probably
something
it-
might be a bit
it
more.
would be more make more sense.
Yeah.
But it was always worth a try.
Yeah, sure.
And the DM drops her pencil.
Just ignore me. It's a waitress dropping a fork.
Excuse me. Yeah, one of the waitresses told us about this place. It's just around the corner, Bubbles and Beyond. So we can
What a name.
stop in there
Yep.
and
Get ourselves nice and clean.
yeah,
Dib.
and then see where the day takes us.
Jump in the tub.
This is where we jump in a tub and then we end up going in a shitty place and then having to clean ourselves again.
There's nothing wrong with baths.
Well, you say
There's nothing wrong.
that.
Okay, so yeah, we'll
Head to the bath then.
head the direction the waitress last night told us
to the
about.
tubs.
To the tub.
To the tub.
You get up and breakfast is included in your payment for the lodging, so there's no need to leave any coin unless you choose to leave a tip.
Leave a copper tip.
Pause for tip.
Pause for tip.
Yeah. So
I'll leave 2 silver.
so you mark off 2 silver, please. Yourself.
I'll leave a silver as well.
Yeah, leave silver. That's a handsome little tip there. They're gonna treat you extra nice.
Good note.
As you leave your tip, so I'll make a perception check, please.
Do I really want to risk it?
Whoever wants to do
Fuck
it.
it, I'll do it.
You can both do it. It's fine.
17.
17. Green.
18.
18. Alora, you and Viella, you're already deep in conversation about how excited you are to have be nice and fresh and sparkling and smell like roses again. Whereas you two, as you walk away, you're a bit more like, money. And as you walk away, you see one of the patrons of the pub see you leave money, and you see him eyes glide wide open, little smirk on his face. And as he walks over to the table, he sees you clock him, and he goes, and he just beelines in the opposite direction. And then a couple seconds later, you see a waitress collect the money.
Hey. Respect.
You make your way out. It's already a busy day. It's really quite early in the morning still, maybe like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Very brisk, cold morning today, and there's the floor feels a little bit slippery. There's
Gonna be brinking out the winter cloak soon.
Yeah, there's a real frost in the air today, and as you look up, you can see the sky is crystal blue, clear, not a cloud in sight.
Ooh, nice.
As you go to walk around, you get more into the sun that is rising, and it's a really nice welcome warmth. Still ridiculously chilly, but you just get that nice warmth wash over you. You're easily able to find the old Bubbles and Beyond. It's not far, just around the corner, just like the lady said. And as you get there, the sign that's hanging in the window is shaped like a bathtub, you know, one of those old school cast iron ones with the 4 legs. And there's like a mermaid in the bath, just like with her tail flipped out her arms, and she's looking like she's absolutely loving life. And you can already smell how beautiful it's like. You know when you go to the Lush store, you can smell it before you enter. It's a bit like that. As soon as you enter, you're just washed with really nice, sweet floral notes. And someone greets you. Oh, welcome to Bubbles and Beyond. Bass?
Please, and if anyone clothes washing as well, please.
Oh, we offer a laundering service as well. I mean,
Yes.
what's the point in getting beautifully clean and putting on old rags?
You make a good
Yes,
point.
Well, of course. Tell me, is it a group thing?
No.
No?
I would.
We'll,
Well, you never know, sir. Try your luck one day with these 2 lovely ladies.
we'll take a room.
Take a room each.
No. We'll share one.
Okay,
we're happy to
So
share.
a small communal bath, you could say.
Yes, if
Yeah, a private bath for 2.
yes.
Yes, how romantic. So
Yeah.
nice to see that these days. Some people are so shy. Well, if you'd like to go into the changing rooms there, the ladies, the gents, and you may disrobe, and there are some nice fluffy robes for you to wear, and just leave your clothes in the locker, and someone will dry clean them for you. And any extra clothing you have, we can also launder for a small extra price, of course.
Don't think anyone will have clothes. I think it's just what I was.
Yeah, that's fine.
Although-
we need to wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do have any like odd rags, you can chuck them in there. If not,
Chuck my spare set in there.
Yeah. Well, please. So she gestures to both of the rooms, and as you walk in, the floor it's tiled, but it's also heated. When you first disrobe and put your robes on in your bare foot, you first touch it, it almost burns like but when you put your foot on there for the second time, you get used to the heat. It is a really strong heat, like you wouldn't have an infant walking on this floor. It's very hot, but it's kind of nice at the same time. You're in just such a very cold atmosphere outside. It's nice to be all cozy and warm. So as you get your robes on, you snuggle up, you come out into a separate waiting area, but you all wait together. It's just a nice room with squishy armchairs. There's a little table of food in the centre, just some fresh fruit, a couple of jugs of flavoured water, that whole cucumber infused vibes going on. And there's quite a few people here as well, getting in their early morning baths. You see one very large, burly gentleman, big, fat off black beard coming out. You see he's got a tattoo on his shoulder, and he's just got a towel wrapped around his waist. He's still quite wet from his bath. And you almost feel the tremor in the floorboards as he walks up, and he goes off into the changing rooms. He looks quite happy. He looked clean. He smelled good as he walked past. You know when someone walked past and you get a whiff? It was good.
It's gonna be a good experience.
Yeah. Please, the 4 of you, follow me. Nice little half-elf guides you. Gentlemen to the left, ladies on your right.
Thank you very much.
And then as you enter your rooms, they're not like massive baths like you've had bigger ones. The bath itself is probably the size of this table. Still plenty of room for 2 people. It's very deep. It's almost like as deep as your height. So it's probably say it's around 4 to 5 foot deep. So it's a very nice immersive bath. It's got little steps up to it, and part of it peeks into the floor.
And she's gonna
It's
think and
really hot. It's bubbly. It's soapy, and you almost just let go inside it. You feel all your limbs and muscles just automatically relax, and you feel almost jellified. There's a nice little bit of harp music playing in the background. It's like a little halfling harpist, but she's facing away as to give you privacy. And on the side of the bath, again, there's little bits of fruit that you can have, and some little glasses of water. You all just lay there, just it's exactly what you've needed after your travel from Silvery Moon, battling gnolls, helping the Crypt Village out with their potential monster problem, and then arriving in the city of Waterdeep, feeling overwhelmed by being in such a rich and exciting city. And within the first 4 hours of being in the city, you've already had battle, you've been hired to do a task which to begin with seemed so simple, but is now completely unveiling itself to you to be nothing but a major head fuck and a pain in the ass.
oh yes.
Yeah,
But
big time.
all
This
that
is dragon
disappears as you sink into the suds, and you just
Nice. Relax.
float almost
Float
ethereally,
away.
and you just loving it.
Just
Before you know it, there is a gentle knock at the door, and there is, for both of you, a very pretty half-elf lady with blonde hair plaited to either side. She's like, I'm afraid your time is up. When you feel ready, please go back to the changing rooms. Your clothes are in the lockers and have been laundered for you. And with that, she leaves.
Just kinda,
Unfortunately, you have
rinse
to get
off
up.
all the
but
suds.
you give yourselves like a little. There's jugs of like warm water so you can rinse off any suds, and you get that, you know, when the skin contacts and it's got a little steam coming off it, and dry yourselves down with a towel. You get back into your nice fluffy robes, and you enter the hallway and you lead yourselves back into the changing rooms, and you find all your clothes nice and laundered. They feel ironed. Like, this is a freaking luxury to have ironed clothes. But you get your clothes back on, and you walk back out into the main lobby, and the same woman is got glitter all over me. The same woman is there to greet you again. And she's, well, I trust this was an enjoyable experience for you at Bubbles and Beyond.
Yes,
lovely.
it was wonderful. Thank you.
Well, did any of you have put any extra laundering?
No.
I didn't.
No? So please, it is just 2 silvers each.
Cool. Lucy's gonna pay
And
for me and her.
if you ever fancy a more indulgent experience, we do have our platinum package. That was our more, modest.
I'll give her a gold piece.
And she goes to give you your change.
I won't take it.
Oh, sir, you will be welcome back anytime. You all pay your silvers.
Lucy pays for me.
Yeah, Lucy
She's
pays for you.
generous. She's generous.
She's so generous. Not as generous as Green.
No, you.
He's like, make it a rain,
Yeah,
dragon.
it's like,
That's all I've got left is
It's like
gold.
how dragons.
So
you
she
can break it down.
I can't be bothered.
She thanks you all for your patronage and encourages you to come back in the future.
Oh, we
It
will.
tells you about the deluxe private baths you can have with lavish entertainment and foods, and if you pre-order in advance, there'll be feasts, and it's a very lavish, and only the most aristocratic of those have this sort of treatment. She makes it sound like, I must have this. She's really good at selling.
Nice.
Like, I must have this sort of experience.
Make a mental note to have one before we leave.
Yeah.
As you open the door to leave, it's such a temperature change. Like, you've been in this for the last hour and a half, 2 hours. You've been in this beautiful, warm, cozy environment, having everything melted away. And as soon as you open the door and step outside, you're hit with the harsh cold and the wind, and all your fears and dreads have just come rushing back to you about what may be potentially in store for you within this
I gotta put
city
my new nice
of Waterdeep.
back cloak on, black cloak on.
Wrap yourself in your cloak, and as you step away from what was a beautiful feeling of bubbles and beyond, and you head out in search for the sewers. And that's where we're going to end it.
I love that.
That's how we're going to end it. I need to start doing that,
Yeah,
right?
that's gonna be your thing now.
It's my power grab. It's how I power play.
Oh yeah.
Now we end it.
We're in battle. That's where I put the light bulb in. Pull the light bulb out. Put the light bulb in. I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching. We cannot wait for a few weeks' time when we get to reveal our little cheeky Christmas surprise. I think you may know what it might be.
Oh yeah.
But we're very excited to show you what we've done for our little Christmas nugget, and we really hope you all enjoy it. We put a lot of effort into it, and we just cannot wait to show you. A massive thank you as always to our sponsors of TaylorMade Craft. You are beautiful, and we absolutely love these initiative markers, and we very much encourage everyone to at least try them. They are a great tool. So check them out, link in our bio, or check out their Instagram at TaylorMadeCraft or their Facebook page. Anything else anyone wants to say before we say goodbye to the folks?
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching,
Maybe.
and see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.